Yeah, that's in a big old whale. That's me. And yeah, it's strange times up here at the moment. Because I don't know if you've been following the news now. Naturally, I don't mean to drop the C-bomb, given that we've probably heard enough about Corona over the course of the last 12 months. But as it's V-Day, as the media have termed it, with the vaccine.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's still quite hectic over here. It really is.
So tell us how it's different there to over here. Here being England.
Well, it's. I think we've got some of the highest rates of infection in the United Kingdom.
And what about Corona?
Well, it's just disease ridden. It's just disease. No, it's not. It's not. Oh God, the Welsh Tourist Board are going to kill me. But no, it's particularly impacted by COVID. Sadly, due to poverty. One of the interesting, or very sadly interesting, statistics that's coming out is that because a lot of people, given their social situations, are confined so tightly together, and their work's been impacted, a lot of people are mixing, and Corona spreading quite badly, and the hospitals are fewer over here. So they're doing a very good job, but they are still struggling with it, and we're all, thinking it may be a case of another lockdown in the new year, quite a strong one, to prevent it. So, I mean, it's sadly hitting the economy quite badly. Yeah. I mean, where I am in North Wales, you had your classic old seaside towns that were getting pretty badly walloped by the recession and online shopping and that sort of thing. And then Corona came along, and it has just put the nail in the coffin. So. It's not very jolly, not much festive cheer, but hey, we're doing as best we can. We don't have our limes in our beer, but we'll make it through. But
sorry to hear about that. Sorry to hear about it. That's crappy.
It's one of those things. It's always been it's been quite a depressed area. And I was watching a very interesting article online today about the decline of the shopping at the high streets. And I mean, that's just really prevalent up here in North Wales, as it is in many other parts of the UK. And I've just been chatting with mates who, work in councils and work in conveyancing. And, we've always thought, how do you get out of it? How do you help the high street, even in Christmas, when, people are meant to be shopping lots? As two guys who live in parts of the country where high streets are quite bustling. What's your take on it, really?
I mean, listen, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because Amazon is a sort of this big villain now, isn't it? Because it's killing all these high street shops. It's undercutting everybody. It's you get it delivered the next day, all this sort of thing. But then it was also, it also helped us out big time, or just online stuff in general helped us out big time during the lockdowns, didn't it? So, God, I don't know at the moment. Yeah, jury's still out with me, but I know that obviously a lot of jobs. It's providing a lot of jobs in terms of driving jobs and packaging jobs and all that sort of thing. But it also means that a lot of these smaller places go out of business. Even bigger places, bloody Debenhams. I know that was on the ropes anyway, but Debenhams, Topshop. The whole Arcadia group and all that sort of thing. But, there can only be so many driving jobs for Amazon, can't there? I mean, it's not like you're going to get 16,000 new ones overnight. So.
No. It's a tricky one. I mean, it's one of those situations for me that is really conflicting, because obviously the more I look into markets and sort of capitalism in general, the more I kind of want to just let it be and sort of it sounds harsh, obviously, but letting the sort of dying businesses die out effectively, and letting whatever comes in their place to sort of take over. But it does strike me as a sad thing, and also a somewhat worrying thing, having these high streets die out. But I don't know whether possibly if we sort of just let it happen, there's going to be different shops that are going to take, or different. I don't know what would replace it, but maybe just trusting in the markets to sort of come up with things that are going to help us and work for us as consumers anyway. It might be bad for some smaller mum and pop shops, but in the long run, we might all be better off for it. The problem is when you try and hold on to these kind of things that are inevitably dying out anyway, you're just delaying the inevitable and making it worse for people in the long run. So I don't know, it might be just a case of just having to see what takes place, because there are always going to be physical shops. Like there's going to be products that people always want to see before they buy them, you know. And there's always going to be service-based industries and stuff that are going to be prevalent. So I don't know. It's a tricky one.
Is there an alternative to Amazon?
Well,
is there competition there?
It's a tricky one, because a lot of people I've been speaking to, particularly up here, have all been saying, we're going to shop local this Christmas. They've had a tough year, so we're going to keep our Christmas presents purchased in the towns that we live in and see if we can make as much money go back to those people as possible. And it has been quite enjoyable, I must say, doing the Christmas shopping locally. It's been quite a bit of an adventure, because once you start it, you think, I know there's a nice shop that does such and such here. Let's see if they know any places. And you just get chatting to the person behind the counter. And the amount of times where we was having a chat with the person and they said, what's on your list? And I said X, Y, and Z. And they just said, you can get that from here and this from there and the other from over there. And it just snowballs nicely. So, as you were saying, I do think there is the possibility for high-end quality products sold through reputable high street shops to still be in play, because people are wanting it, and people like supporting local stuff these days. But it's whether or not we will still see the old pound shop and the phone shop. Hopefully we'll still see the chicken shop at 3:00 in the morning, because one thing I am going to say up here, boys, is good fried chicken shops. Chester's that way. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But
you can't get a Colonel for love nor money.
You can get a KFC. There's a few. You could probably count on one hand how many KFCs there are all the way over to somewhere like Anglesey. So that's quite a long distance. But no, there's no sort of chicken cottage. There's sort of no roadman's chicken hut or anything like that. Which is a
Zam's
shame.
Chicken.
Classic
London one. Zam's.
The old the chicken connoisseur, if you follow him on YouTube, which I wholeheartedly suggest you do, because he is a very interesting.
Is he the young lad who does the chicken shop reviews, and he does a crap check as well?
Yeah,
and talks about his shoes.
Crap check.
Yeah,
that's it. He would have a job in North Wales. I'd very gladly show him round up here, but it would be a very short episode. It would be like, all right there, Borodar, mate. Yep. Nothing in here. No chicken in here, I'm afraid, pal. But that's it. So we need chicken shops up here, and hopefully we can get some more independent places.
Listen, I don't want to stick my oar in, but it sounds like there's a gap in the market, and I know of somebody who's made their own fried chicken.
Oh.
Dear listener, you can't see me raising my hand, listener, but I did raise my hand. I gave it a go a couple of weeks ago, and I tell you what, it's a faff. It is hard work, unless you're making it on a grand scale. Cooking anything large in oil, like deep, cooking it in fat is tough, just because you've got a lot of hot oil to deal with, and then it's got a lot of hot oil to deal with after you've cooked, But all the marinading and the, coating it in the like the seasoned flour and the oil and the egg and all that sort of thing. It is a big faff. However, the taste is incredible. Like, if you can do it yourself, exactly what's gone in there, it's amazing. It tastes so good. I'd highly recommend it, just for just carve a night out for it, and you'll have fun and have a big chicken dinner. Yeah. After that, just nip to KFC, basically, if you've got one.
Could you give us a quick rundown of your technique, or have you got to the point where it's a secret recipe now and you can't?
Oh, mate,
have to murder me.
I can't tell you a single one of my secret 11 herbs and spices.
Okay, Colonel.
Oh no! I mean, I don't know what their secret recipe. I don't even think it's a secret recipe. I mean, it's like you put things like garlic granules, onion granules, paprika, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, flour, salt, pepper. That's all in the sort of dry bit that you dip it in with the egg. And then I sort of marinated it for a while in buttermilk and soy and hot sauce. That was my little sort of holy trinity of marinating, and that really does make a difference. That's fantastic. Yeah. In fact,
nice.
I think I even sacked off the egg stage. I just used the buttermilk sauce that stuck it on nicely. So,
Oh, good.
Right.
yeah, that was it.
Excellent.
So yeah, well worth a go. So maybe
Yeah.
I could set up shop in North Wales, mate.
Oh man, 3 o'clock in the morning. If I was to see that sort of glowing sign of Adam's Chicken Shop, and a couple of the nailed down, almost cast metal seats with the plastic, so you can't use them in a fight.
Like a bus
that
stop seat.
That would be good, mate. I mean, I'd be rolling with gang, so I'd need to have a few seats in there. But yeah, man, groovy.
Your crep check wouldn't be quite as fun, though, would it?
It was
Eric?
all
You'd
like
it would just be a leather shoe.
This is it. Stop. Brogue check.
Right, gentlemen, I think it's time we talked about Crimbo. How about
All
it?
right.
Oh, go
So-
on.
Yeah, it's late enough, I guess.
It's about acceptable. Is it double figures yet? What's the date today?
Not
It's
even.
the eighth.
Not even. mate.
Ah,
It's the 8th.
okay. Well, if you'll excuse me, please let me off. We're gonna talk about it on the 8th. But yeah, usually I'm with you though, mate. I found it hilarious how early some people were just doing Christmassy stuff, like almost mid-November. And it's not just supermarkets anymore. It's people listening to music and wishing
Mate.
people Merry Christmas. It's 28th of November, Carl. What planet are you on? Do you mean last Christmas?
Mate, our tree was up 22nd of November.
Oh,
What?
Jesus.
Now, I have an excuse. It was the missus's 30th, and we were stuck in lockdown. And it was her birthday. I didn't have to get her a present, basically. This is
Nice.
it.
Sold!
It's, yeah.
For the princely sum of one afternoon and a feeling of self-guilt.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why most people are doing it, isn't it? It's lockdown-related reasons. They're just got no else to do. But yeah, fair enough. So here we go. I'm going to start with a nice, simple one. What is your favourite Christmas song? Eric, let's hear yours.
Oh, well, it probably comes as no surprise to you guys. However, I was driving to work. I think it was round about
Driving to work for Christmas.
No, certainly not that one. I was driving to work about a week or so ago, and I was a bit annoyed that I hadn't heard a Christmas song on the radio. So
What, you not got magic in Wales?
No. I'm young and hip, so I still listen to Radio 1. So it was something edgy and indie at that stage still. So I flicked over to Heart because I couldn't stomach it. And Wham! Last Christmas came on the radio, and
Nice.
that just came hard. That was just such a good Christmas song. And the fact that you haven't heard it for a year...
Yeah.
And it
Funny,
was so good. It was so good. And then obviously your old Mariah Carey came on afterwards just to wash it down. And but definitely Last Christmas. Shh. Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
I wrapped it up and sent it.
sent it.
And you've got to stop. Even if you're going at 80 miles an hour, I mean, it's 70 miles an hour on the A55. You just got to go driving along, but go into the passenger seat and go, shh. Happy Christmas.
Fantastic.
Good choice.
I bet it was like a scene out of a Richard Curtis movie, wasn't it? Just you switched the radio station and immediately it went dun 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 dun. Snow started falling.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, either that or like White Chicks, where 1,000 Miles comes on. But
Exactly.
Oh man, what about you then, Greg? What's your festive musical tipple?
Yeah, man, it's a few. I think. Yeah, so we actually joked about it a minute ago, but "Driving Home for Christmas" is legit one of my favourite Christmas songs ever.
Yeah, Chris Rea, fantastic.
It's so good, and just because if you're in the car and you're literally driving home for Christmas with it on.
Yeah.
It just, the feeling, man. Just going home to where I grew up, going out with some mates on the pub that night on Christmas Eve or whatever.